Ahoy and welcome back to another video. Got my friend Tyler here, Game Collecting Reaper, and we're going to talk about some Pokemon. We got a Pokemon Presents coming up on, I believe it's Thursday.
Yep.
They happen basically every year now. They're not super hard to predict, but when one thing we're pretty sure is going to be there is Pokemon Legends ZA, a game that so far has been very mysterious, and they showed us like a minute trailer that had no gameplay, just kind of like a concept trailer, just showing it's going to be something with Gen 6. And they showed us at the end the Mega Evolution logo, so we can draw some assumptions from that. So we thought it'd be fun. We're recording two videos today. One video is going to be here that you're watching right now, over Mega Evolutions we think will be in Pokemon Legends ZA, and then the other will be on Tyler's channel, link in the description. We're going to go over some starters and legendaries that we think are going to be in the game. So, we both got a handful of megas, we think, and we're going to walk through them. I'll go first since I'm already talking. Tyler? So I was thinking, with the Mega Evolutions, they got to fulfill two things here. You got to crowd please the fans, and you got to actually functionally make some Pokemon good, right? You can't just give it to the busted Pokemon and make them even better. So I think the first one I want to talk about is when I think they're going to try to functionally make a Pokemon better, a Gen 6 Pokemon. And that Pokemon is, I just had it on my thing here, it's a Pyroar, the lion. So do you ever use Pyroar when you played X and Y?
I used him for a little bit. He was in my team, but then I eventually kind of got rid of him, got somebody else. So
yeah, Pyroar. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was like the first fire normal type. They started adding normal types to the elemental types around here, and Pyroar is just not very good. I'm looking at its stats right now, and I think it has special attack is base 109, and that's its best stat. Not very good. But it's a lion, and I feel like a lion's got to be big and scary and strong. So I think they're going to give a pretty big offensive boost to Pyroar. Maybe get rid of that normal typing. I feel like that's not doing much for it. Or maybe they do keep it fire normal and just buff up its offensive stats a little bit, make it a little more menacing.
okay. Now, question though.
Yep.
Pyroar is one that's kind of like a little drastically different, with the male and the female version. You think it'd be a little different with the Mega, or you think they're just gonna give it the same look?
No, I think I think so. That basically it's the main, right? And I guess the body shape's a little different too. I think they'll just do the same thing. They'll beef them both up, give them both the same stat buffs, but they'll keep the main theme, main MANE, not the MAI, and theme. But I think it would be cool if maybe they diversify them a little bit. Maybe one has a higher special stat, one has a higher attack stat, and they play with it like that. I don't think the base form's like that. I think it just has consistent stats across the board. But maybe that'd be fun to mix it up like that.
Pretty neat.
Yeah. All right, Tyler, why don't you give me a Mega you think is going to be in Pokemon Legends ZA?
This one I feel with 95% confidence it will be in here. We might not get it right away.
Sure.
Like revealed right away. But look, Legends ZA, okay? We have Mega Charizard X, we have Mega Charizard Y. They like pleasing the Gen 1ers, so why not get a Mega Charizard Z? I don't want to see it personally. I mean, Charizard's cool, but he gets so much love. There's so many other Pokemon that need the love, like Pokemon that we're also going to mention. But I just see him doing it. They always go back to it. Like, it makes sense. Charizard Z. So, I mean, I don't know what they would all do. They got an orange one, they got a black one. Make them red. Who knows? Make them like a fire fairy type.
That'd be cool. I don't think there is a fire fairy type yet. So that would be another way for them just to give some like favoritism to Charizard. Just give him like another unique type, another Mega. Yeah, I think that's almost an inevitability. Charizard got a Mega, it got a Gigantamax. It was the first thing to get the the Mighty Mark in Gen 9. They love doing stuff for Charizard. Charizard's gonna get something.
It's gotta happen.
You're absolutely right. So yeah.
That's when right away I was like, you know what? It's got to be there.
Mega Charizard Z. Now, are we seeing Mega Charizard Z, or are we seeing Mega Charizard Z and Mega Charizard A?
Oh, if they do that, it's way too much.
Way
It's
too much?
overkill. It's overboard.
Okay, so just X, Y, and
Stick it
Z,
to
and they'll
Z.
stop there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Stick it to there.
I could see that. I agree. I think you're on the hit the nail on the head there. While we're on the idea of starters, I was thinking, so, Megas were in two like series of games. They were in X and Y, and then they were in Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So in X and Y, we got Mega Charizard, and we got. Did we end up getting? No, yeah, we got Mega Charizard. We got Mega Blaziken. And then in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we got the rest of the Gen 3 starters and the rest of the Gen 1 starters, right? I think it's pretty safe. I think we'll probably get Gen 6 starters, Mega forms, just because it's in Gen 6. I don't know if, like, I don't want to spoil the other side of the video too much. I don't think that we're going to have the Gen 6 as the starters, but I think these starters will be in the game and they will have Megas. If that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
So it's Chestnut, Delphox, and Mega Greninja, which is just going to be an absolute menace.
Yeah. I wonder how much they'll try to differentiate it from Ash Greninja. Like,
The
if
Ash
they go that
Greninja.
route.
Yeah.
So, it'd be cool to see.
That
That was kind of surprising that they were in. Sorry to interrupt, but like they were in a Mega game.
Yep.
But they didn't get Megas. So, like it kind of makes no sense. But
Yeah,
Here
hot
we
take
are.
here. Maybe not a hot take. I think Gen 6 is my least favorite trio of starters. I like Greninja just fine. I don't love Greninja, but I actively dislike Delphox, and I think Chestnut looks goofy in a not good way.
I remember when we seen the starters originally, I was like, yeah, Fennekin all the way. And then I see the final evolutions, I was like, picking water.
Yeah,
Picking water.
if they made so Delphox is like a magician, Let's just go full grand wizard, like full like give it like a staff, give it like a cool wizard hat. I don't know, make it fly. Let's go, just make it bonkers.
That could be Fire Fairy. There you go.
Maybe that could be Fire
That
Fairy
would,
also.
that would make more sense.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I think the starters will get some form of megas. I think it'll be all three of them. I don't think they'll pick. I think it'll be all three.
all right. So another one. This one is a two-parter, I guess. We're going back to Gen 1 because they
Okay.
love their Gen 1ers.
Of course.
I think this is the last one I have for Gen 1 in here, but Nidoking and Nidoqueen.
I love me
Those
some
I can
Nidoking.
see. I mean, same here. Nidoking, great Pokemon, thrashing all the way, But them two, I feel we could probably see it.
Yeah.
King, Queen, I could see it.
And it could so like Nidoking and Nidoqueen, they don't have crazy stats, but they have really good moves and they have some pretty good abilities. But I think if they want to like make them important again in the next like generation or in this game, give them a little stat buff across the board. You don't have to make them like super busted on one stat, but give them like a nice balanced stat buff. I think Nidoking and Nidoqueen could be a fun mega. But Mega Nidoking sounds really cool. Make him just straight up Godzilla,
It's just literally spit an image.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
I like that. Nidoking's one of my favorites. I would like to see some Nidoking love.
Hey, maybe we will. I feel like that one has a good chance.
Yeah.
Like, if any of mine on this list, that one.
All right, let's see. Let's go back. I'll stick on the trend with like legacy megas. I have two that I think I'll just get this one out of the way because you're talking Gen 1. The only Gen 1 thing I have on my list is actually, this is one where I think it's more the fan service than actually needing a mega because this Pokemon's already very good. But my favorite Dragon type Pokemon is Dragonite. Give me a Mega Dragonite. And I want him, I've always envisioned this. I felt like I saw fan art with this like years and years ago. Like the leaked megas for like upcoming, people like make fan art. Leaning more into like the Dragonair look, like more of like a serpent rather than like he's like kind of like a big orange, goofy looking dragon, but maybe leaning back into the blue serpent, but still with wings. That'd be cool. And just make
That
him
would be
just the
pretty
most
neat.
busted thing in the world. Mega Dragonite would be so good.
Hmm. That would be a pretty cool design.
Yep.
So, I lied. I got one more
Okay, one
Gen
more
1
Gen
on
1.
here.
Okay.
Mainly because this one, so if y'all don't know, Game Freak had this big like data leak thing, and they actually discovered a canceled scrapped Mega, which is Mega Jinx.
Mega
They like going
Jinx.
they like going it was always like a rumor for so long. But then eventually through the rumor leaks, whatever, they found like its cry, like in the files. So it was a thing at one point. So I mean, it would be a simple thing to bring it back.
Yeah.
But I'm over here saying I hate when they do so much love to Gen 1 and I got so much Gen 1 on my list. I'm like, why am I
It's the
doing this?
easiest. It's the easiest one to do. And
Yeah.
looking at the megas, I've got the list in front of me. They have 6, 12. They have 15 Generation 1 megas. So like that's a bulk of the list is the Gen 1 stuff. And it wasn't even a Gen 1 game. Like it's like they just keep going back to Gen 1 with the megas. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. But
But Jinx, I don't know. I wonder what they could do with them, really. Probably make it more elegant. I don't know.
sure. Or just lean into it even more. Just make it just terrifying. Um, but Jinx is already like a pretty scary Pokemon. Like I feel like with the power creep, Jinx hasn't gotten any love since Gen 1, has it? Like hasn't have any new forms or
No.
anything like that. So I think it's probably due for one, and just giving it a little bit of buffing up its stats a little bit. It's already fast, I think. So you give it some special attack, give it some speed, and it could be a. And Ice type is pretty scary offensively. It could be pretty good. But I like it. Mega Jinx.
But you, what you got?
Well, you mentioned one that you said Mega Jinx was already a thing, and they scrapped it for whatever reason. Here's one that I don't understand why it wasn't a thing, and it should have been a
Really?
Mega.
Yeah,
And this
this
is
one's on my list as
the
well.
ultimate fan service one. We need a Mega Flygon.
Why don't we have it yet?
Why don't we have? Yeah, why don't we have Mega Flygon?
Like out of all the Gen 3 Pokemon, I mean, like what? We got Sableye, we got Salamence, we got the starters, we got Sharpedo.
Mawile, Gardevoir, Aggron.
Yeah, like we got a good amount, but
yeah, we got a lot actually.
like, why not Flygon? That's like one of the heavy hitter. They could have easily made Flygon and Salamence like version exclusives.
That
like,
would be
Ruby
cool.
Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah.
Like, simple seems like the perfect ones, but
yeah, and just to like you said, Salamence. Salamence just got a primal form. It got a mega form. Why not give the other dragon in that generation a little bit of love? Mega Flygon should have been a thing from the start. I don't know why it wasn't.
yeah,
I feel like it's a
that's
fan
one-
favorite. They got left out in the cold.
yeah. Well, that's probably my most hope for.
Yeah.
For like this upcoming game, I would hope so. We shall see, but Flygon definitely up there.
What does a Mega Flygon
Next
look
one.
like? We just giving it
What it look
just
like?
making it bigger? We giving it like more eyes? What's going on here?
Let's see. I mean, you could give it like 2 more eyes, give it like an extra set of wings. Make it
Make it
probably
menacing.
bigger. I mean, make
What
that
if
thing look like a cooler Stinkfly from Ben 10, dude. Like,
I'm picturing now like Dragapult. Imagine Mega Flygon is like shooting Trapinches off of it. It's got like, because that was a weird evolution line. Trapinch to Vibrava to Flygon.
yeah.
It's a weird line, but
Yeah.
just have Trapinch hands.
Trapinch hands, but they're like green and red, kind of following its color scheme
There you go.
and everything.
There you go.
And then he takes on like instead of his normal wings, like Vibrava wings, kind of.
Yeah,
Kind of like fits the whole evolution line kind of into him. That'd be kind of neat.
I can see it. All right, what you got
But-
next?
So next, I'm gonna go with this one. It's a Gen 6 Pokemon because, we gotta have a Gen 6 Pokemon that gets a Mega.
Yep.
The one that I think would be highest to get a Mega is Aegislash.
Aegislash is cool.
I feel like if they're going, what is it? What's the stone? What's the first evolution? The first
Oh.
evolution.
They're all sword jokes.
I know the other
So
one's Dual Blade.
Dewblade, and Hone Edge.
Hone Edge. I thought it was Stone Edge. I was really thinking
Yeah.
wrong, but yeah, Hone
Hone
Edge.
Edge, Dewblade, then Aegislash.
I don't know. Aegislash, you could make it even more cooler. Give it another sword. Maybe even give it another shield. Make this thing like all. Maybe give it a body.
Now, what do you do with Aegislash? Because it's already like its stats are like so they flip. You know, it's like really high attacks, really high defenses. So do you just make it always good, or do you just make it even more scary on those other sides? Is it two forms? Is it two forms still? Does it switch? What am I getting confetti? What's going on here?
What is that? It knows. It's like, yep, Magic Aegislash in the game.
Yeah, fair enough. So does it still have the shield and sword switching?
I feel like, what if they do that, but then they do give it kind of like a body kind of thing? I'm not sure how they would do it, but if they do,
like a full suit of armor.
Yeah, give it like a body, yeah, the suit of armor, but make it kind of like out of the shields. It has like a sword, but it's even more massive, and then you could go into like an attack stance or a defense stance, kind of like that.
And they can maybe balance it since it's so big and scary. Just like give it like 0 speed, just like no speed.
Go second all the time, even if you use quick attack.
Honestly, yeah, give it like give it some like secondary ability where it's like always attack second, so you can't even use it in like Trick Room. Just make it like really slow, but make it really scary.
Man, I want to see that now. That'd be pretty neat.
So I have another iconic Gen 6 Pokemon on my list. Aegislash is one of the most iconic Gen 6 Pokemon, I would say. But another one that I think is really important, and there's a little bit of reason, like, so I think it was in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, we got, or was it X and Y? We got Mega Pidgeot, right? It was one of those games, I can't remember which one we got it in. I'm thinking Mega Talonflame would be pretty good. Talonflame's a pretty popular Gen 6 Pokemon, you know. It was it's like it was I think was it the first one that wasn't normal type of like the bird region forms? It was always like
what did we have? We had Pidgeot, that was normal.
We had like Hoot Hoot, and then we had Swellow. What was
Staraptor?
Yeah, Staraptor. Then the I forget what they're called. The ones that look like quail.
The Unpheasant.
The pheasants, yeah, the pheasants, yeah. I think this is the first one that was like an elemental type. So they seem to like Talonflame. People like Talonflame. Why not just make it a big scary firebird? A full-on phoenix, you know, just something basically Moltres.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. Stick to the fire type rooting.
Or maybe it gets so big it loses its flying type and it's just like a fire. It's like land based. It's just so big and massive it can't even fly anymore.
It's like a fire ground type.
Fire ground type, yeah. Let's get some big old legs or something.
See it. Never know. That would probably be like one of the higher up contenders that they would like be thinking of. Simple Gen 6, get it early on.
Yep.
Well, we don't even know how this one's gonna go. Maybe you get it early on.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they incorporate the like if you have to find the stones. Assuming the game is just like Legends Arceus, which is that's my assumption. If it's not, then we're in for a world of surprise here. Assuming it's the same type of game, I figured they probably just hide them around the map, and you have to do some sort of challenge to find the Mega Stones or something. Probably like a side quest to like find each Mega Stone, you know.
As long as it's not like Diamond and Pearl mining, because that'll take forever.
I don't want that. No. They're probably hidden around. Maybe there's like a boss fight, little boss fights to get through them, something like that. You gotta fight the Mega to earn the Mega.
That'd be neat. Yeah, like that's what I feel like they're gonna do with the Megas. They're probably gonna kind of how we had the noble Pokemon that we had to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's gonna be the Megas. I can't see us. I feel like they're definitely gonna have more Megas in the game than noble that we're gonna fight. But I feel like they'll probably take like the top 5 to 8, or whatever, and have those be the ones we fight. I don't remember how many noble Pokemon.
Do you think this is like these are like the bosses basically are Mega Pokemon? Okay.
That's what I'm assuming. Like I'm assuming the whole story of the game real quick, just a little off topic.
No,
I feel like
for
it's gonna pretty much be like we're fighting the Megas, but then also we're kind of rebuilding the city in order to make Lumio City, and then that's going to be the first ever gym.
Okay.
Kind of because that's where the one gym was. You're building it, bam, can have a gym, start a whole thing. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Possibly, who knows? I mean, I really want to see how they do this in like one city, since the thing's based in one city. It's going to be.
I'm very curious about that as well. If it's gonna feel like, because I kind of liked in Arceus how you were out in the world basically. You know, you were like there was no buildings. There were no buildings. You were out in the wilderness. And if we're gonna be like building up a city, and if I want it to have that same scale of Arceus, which I'm hoping it does have a similar scale, it's gonna feel weird if it's just like contained to the city.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be interesting.
The time period's going to be another thing because it's weird how it says redevelopment plan. So like it was developed. I don't know if it was developed, but then the whole war thing happened, took it out, and then they're doing it again. How they're going to work that, who knows?
It's a good point. Yeah, I don't know.
But back to the megas. One that I got. So I was looking through the mega list, and I was looking at ones that have, opposite Pokemon that don't have a mega. Two came to mind: Gallade and Frostless. But Frostless was the one I picked more. I feel like that would be a little off the ball one. Nobody really uses Frostless, from what I know. I'm not big into the competitive and stuff, but I could see them going with that one. I mean, I feel like Gallade would be the more fan favorite, but Frostless.
Gallade did get a mega. I'm looking now. There is a mega Gallade.
Did it?
Yeah, it has like a cape. It's just a cape with like scythe arms.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then, Frostless, definitely that one.
Yep. That makes sense because Gallade got it.
Gardevoir.
Yeah, since Gallade got it, it would make sense for Frostless to get it as well. And Gen 4 only has a handful, like Lucario, Mega Abomasnow. I forgot about Mega Abomasnow.
Oh yeah.
Garchomp, Gallade, and Mega Lopunny. So.
Everybody loves that one.
Yeah, everyone loves that one. Yeah, Frostless is a good pick. I like that. Give the other side of the Dawn Stone there.
Mm-hmm. Now, would they make it kind of similar how Gladly was, where it's just him with like his whole mouth open, as half his body is his mouth? How are they gonna do that with her? I don't know.
Maybe that one they would lean into. Because Frostless is kind of small, and how would they make that? Now give it like a giant crown or something, and give it like a big cape like Gallade has, because Gallade's already got a cape. Maybe Frostless also gets like a cool cape, and then I don't know.
It's like a cape just made out of like sheet ice.
Yep.
See.
Yep. Ice cape. Who doesn't love a good ice cape?
Exactly. You have any others?
I have one more. How many you've left?
I got one. Well, technically a little more, but go ahead with your one.
Okay, so my last one, this one I think is going to be more story-based. I think this one is like the part of the main story. So in Generation 6 in X and Y, there was that character. Is his name AZ? Is it at?
Yep.
Like it says AZ. So this one's called ZA. So I feel like something with this guy is going to be in the story. He's going to be, whether it's like he's been alive this whole time or a descendant of his. I don't know his the Poke lore behind him. But his Pokemon he had at the end was a Floette. He had that special Floette.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So
the one that we still never got to this day.
Yep. And I think it'd be cool if they gave that special Floette and it was like the origin. Well, do we already have the origin of Mega Pokemon? Is that already a lore thing? Do we know what that is? Do we know what the origin of Megas are?
I couldn't tell you.
Well,
Maybe?
and I'm making up a new canon now, and I'm saying that this Floette created Mega Pokemon in this like war because they had to like overcome adversity and be stronger, blah blah blah. So this Floette was like the originator of Mega Pokemon, and we're gonna get that Floette.
That would be cool. It would be nice just to finally get that one because that's a nice looking Floette, the red and the blue and all that.
Yeah.
But I hope he's a big part of the game. He was really an interesting character. You didn't know much of him, but
I think he's got to be, right. I mean, his name is AZ, and this game's called ZA.
So final one's kind of a gag one. So thinking, I'm like, what kind of mega could they do that would just be so random, so dumb, make this Pokemon just insane. Mega Stunfisk.
Mega Stunfisk. Excellent.
Mega Stunfisk.
It's just even flatter. It's
The main
even
reason
flatter.
I'm just saying this is because, so when the whole leak happened, one of the main things that the leaker said was Stunfisk is in the game. He didn't say Mega. He just
Okay.
said Stunfisk is in the game. So I was like, what
Good
if
to
he's
hear.
just saying that because it has a Mega?
It's the first Mega to get like less stats. It's just like even worse.
It just gets worse.
It's just awful.
It's like, see, it's when they were like testing out the whole theory of Mega Evolution. They tested out on Stunfisk and it went wrong.
Okay, I like
And
it.
now that's why he's that way. That's why he's flattened.
He cursed the generations, all generations of
Like
Stunfisk.
what if he used to not be flattened? And like that's like his Mega form.
That's
or
how the
something
game
like that, and
starts.
then
Yeah.
he just, yeah.
Stunfisk is like the Pikachu of this time. Everyone's like, "Oh, Stunfisk is the best," and then they like try to like do this experiment on it, and it just destroys all of them and make them all these weird flat pancake things. I like it.
But yeah, other than that, the reason I said I had a little more was because obviously we already know the game's probably going to be revolved around Zygarde.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Zygarde's going to have a Mega because he got the perfect form, but like I feel like there's going to be a whole nother thing on top of that.
Yep.
And there's another legendary, I think, but I'm not going to say that yet because that'll be in the other part.
Leave a little
Talk about
teaser,
legendaries.
little teaser there. But yeah, that's my full list. Is that your full list of megas?
Yeah, that's everything I got.
Excellent. Well, this has been a fun conversation, Tyler. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure to hop over to Tyler's channel. Link will be in the description. And we're going to discuss the starters we think are going to be in the game and talk a little bit more about those legendaries.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.